What's good? Welcome to the channel. Big Wave Guy made it. This your boy Ted. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and follow me on IG at Big Wave Guy so y'all can DM me anything y'all want me to react to. Now, we all got devastating news, man. We seen it yesterday or the day before, one of them, but the Jake Paul HASIM Rahman fight is not going down. It's canceled, man. They got too many problems with making weight and all this, and Jake actually addressed it and HASIM addressed it, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna react to what both of them had to say, and also we're gonna react to the boy Dana White, the owner of the UFC, coming in and throwing a little shade in there at these guys, you know what I'm saying? Well, specifically to Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know about they beef. They always going back and forth. They don't like each other. But yeah, man, I'm just devastated that this fight not going down, because I feel like this was the fight. Either Jake Paul was going to get humbled, or Jake Paul was going to solidify his respect as a boxer. You know, he was about to fight a real deal boxer who's been boxing for a while, even though he got knocked out in his last fight, and they saying kind of that's why Jake chose him to fight, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I thought it was going to be a good one. HASIM Rahman couldn't make the weight, which he was going from 230 to 200 pounds. Let's get into what both of them guys had to say.
Alrighty, folks, emergency press conference. You may have seen the news. HASIM Rahman Jr. has pulled out of the fight. This is not a joke. I am devastated. These guys have been so unprofessional to work with, looking for any excuse to suck more money out of this event, to coerce us into doing things. And from the jump, I knew in the bottom of my heart that this guy didn't want to get into the ring with me. So he sent a video into the commission the first time he weighed in at 216 pounds. The commission wanted to track his weight cut to make sure he was doing it in a healthy way. 3 weeks later, the commission asked him for an update on his weight. He sends a video weighing 215 pounds, meaning in 3 weeks, he only lost 1 pound. So the commission was like, hey man, you're not cutting the weight properly. We don't want you to lose it all in the last day. We're gonna have to change this fight to 205 pounds. My team calls me up. They're like, hey, man, do you want to change? They want to change the weight to 205 pounds. That's a big difference. You normally fight at 190 pounds. Do you want to do the fight still? I said, no problem. Let's do it. 205 pounds. He already has a weight advantage, height advantage, reach advantage, all of these things. But whatever. I know I can still beat his ass at 205 pounds. And that was that. We move forward. And then today, out of nowhere, his team calls and says, HASIM's not going lower than 215 pounds. If the fight's not at 215 pounds, then we're pulling out. My manager goes, fuck you guys. You're not in control of this. We already agreed to 5 more pounds. He is a big guy.
And so you got Jake Paul going off. And of course, you know Jake likes to, make everything about money. He's saying, man, they've been trying to suck more money than we're going to pay him out from the beginning, trying to change all kind of things, because we know it was all kind of clauses in his contract. You know, he had to drop down to the specified weight. Then he couldn't put back on the weight before the fight, like regular conditions. I don't even know. He always got some kind of condition with HASIM Rahman. Even Rahman said when they used to spar, he had to fight like with one hand and one hand behind the back. All kind of crazy stuff, man. Jake Paul, it's not about the money, bro. Like, you gotta stop throwing money in people's face. Like, we know you rich, bro. How much you got? $100 million. We know you rich. Ain't nobody rich as Jake Paul. Okay, everybody that you fight is gonna be broker than you. We get it, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you should up the pay. And then why you got this man trying to drop from 230 to 200? You know what I'm saying? That's 30 pounds. And then you talking about the commission checking up on him, making sure he doing it the right way. But to lose a pound a day, like, and that's if you got 30 days. We ain't even talking about a couple weeks. Now, Rahman did get down to like 215, and this where the problem comes in, because they said they not going past 215, you feel me? His body just won't let him do it. He's a bigger guy. Jake and them raised the weight up to 205. So if y'all was gonna go at 205, you know what I'm saying, and he would have made 205, 210, you would have fought. Just go up to, Jake, you go up to 205, let him stay at 215. That's only a 10-pound difference. Now, you saying that in the UFC and people cut 20 pounds in the last day all the time. Now, did you ever see that documentary of that UFC fighter cutting all that weight the day before? and he in the sauna wrapped in towels. He almost died, bro. So who about to do that to themselves to come out and fight you? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to make that sacrifice, but I don't think this fight was like a fight that was worth doing that, whether it be his biggest payday or not. But it don't even matter because you just took that from underneath him and threw it in his face. When I feel like if he make it to 215, you should go up to 205, and then it's a 10-pound difference, man. Like, you saying you confident you will beat him up regardless. So let's just see it happen, man. Let's react to what HASIM Rahman had to say about the fight cancellation, because, you know, Jake Paul saying that he was too scared to fight and he pulled out. So we're gonna see what HASIM got to say. Let's get it.
I told this man, it's penalties involved. Keep the purse. Keep the purse. I fight you for the $5,000 minimum. That's how much it means to me, and that's how much faith I have in knocking him out. I would have beat this man with one hand, just like I did in the gym. But let him tell it. He already beat my ass in the gym when I was 230. So if you beat me up while I was 230, what's the problem in fighting me while I'm 215?
All right, so y'all hear Rahman saying, man, if you already punished me in sparring when I was 230, then what's the problem with fighting me at 215? That's what I'm saying. Like, if Jake go up to 205 and then fight him, it's only a 10-pound difference. But you see Rahman, like, he's scared because he know I will beat him down with one hand. And now, I ain't gonna say who I thought would have won, but I have been watching every Jake Paul fight. You know what I'm saying? He is getting better and better. I never even seen a HASIM Rahman fight. You know, like, I guess his dad's legendary and all that. But I definitely was gonna tune into this, and I definitely knew that it was gonna be Jake Paul's greatest test to this date. Now, he done knocked out Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, whoever else, man. Like, guys wasn't having nothing like as a full-fledged boxer. So I feel like Tommy Fury don't want to fight you, but this dude wanted to fight you. He just had a couple technical difficulties with the weight. But I feel like, man, the fans still want to see that show. Jake, you got to realize you ain't a regular boxer, bro, so you can't just be doing everything by being, like, semantics and shit. Like, you going by talking about the contract. And I understand he signed the contract and said he was going to do something, but I feel like this is more of a, like, celebrity boxing. Even though I know you going pro and all that, but I feel like you could have, like, kind of manipulated the rules a little bit to still make it happen, bro. Let him fight at 215. You go up to 205 or to 210. Why can't you gain a couple extra pounds? You've been cutting, right? Your body should be able to gain some weight pretty fast and go to 210. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fight at 215. It's not that big of a deal, bro. It's not going to make or break you. I feel like y'all should have still fought, but they both feel like both of them scared. You know what I'm saying? He feel like Jake's scared, and Jake feel like HASIM's scared. So I feel like neither one of them scared. I just feel like Jake playing technicalities. And I don't think Jake, I ain't gonna say he's scared, but I don't feel like he really was confident like all his other fights that he was gonna win. Because if he was gonna win, he would have just fought him anyway. Because Rahman said he was ready to give up the whole purse and fight for the minimum $5,000, y'all. That probably ain't even gonna cover his whole expenses to be out there for that weekend. And he was still willing to do it. I feel like it should have still went on, man. Let's go and check out what Dana White had to say and the reason why he said the fight really got canceled.
You were an accountant here doesn't mean you know what the fuck goes on here. And doesn't mean that you can run a fight promotion company. You know, I think that Jake Paul probably needs to get some different people around him. If he's going to stay in the sport, he needs to be with guys that actually really know how to put on fights.
What did you make of the whole, his opponent was too big and
I think they sold under $1 million in tickets and it cost $500,000 to turn the fucking lights on at MSG. That's what I think. Oh, not to mention the fact that hotel rooms in New York and transportation and everything else is very expensive.
Damn, so y'all see Dana White just went in through all kind of shade at Jake Paul. First by starting off saying he need to get a real team around him that actually know how to put on fights. Then saying this ain't had nothing to do with weight differences and all this. This is because they couldn't simply sell tickets. They sold over $1 million, under $1 million worth of ticket sales. And like Dana said, it cost $500,000 just to cut the lights on. Now, I don't know how true this is. You know what I'm saying? We didn't like go look at the ticket sales, and I don't even know if it's a way that I could actually see that. But I think Dana White is on the inside of this sport. You know what I'm saying? Even though he do UFC, he know what's going on behind the scenes. Now, is that true that a Jake Paul fight didn't command the ticket sales that all his other fights did? Now, either people tired of seeing him fight, or they just want him to fight a little bit better competition. Now, me, I kind of thought this was going to be a little bit a step up, because at least he fighting a real professional boxer this time, even though he just got, you know what I'm saying, demolished in his last fight and knocked out. This would have been a good chance for him to try to, you know, beat Jake. But I just, like, the ticket sale thing is crazy, man. I think Dana White being a little bit of shady, but I kind of believe him, man, because the hype has kind of died down, and I ain't even hear about this fight until the last couple weeks. And every time I hear Jake Paul fighting, I be tuned in, ready, and y'all gonna wait till 1 week before the fight to cancel it. Like, are you gonna find another opponent or anything? Like, I hope so, man. I'm trying to go to the bar and watch the fight. But I want to see you fight HASIM Rahman, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, follow me on IG at Big Wave God. Till next time, we out of here.
I got no problem, so much clothes, I need 2 closets. This weed I got is too exotic. I turned a dime into a dime. They like, goddamn, you done blew it without. They like, how the fuck did you do it without me? I'm the real deal, you a carbon copy. I just switch styles and I don't know a stylist. I'm a fucking god, big wave god, and I got a goddess. We gon' both blow like it's kamikaze. Bitch bow down like it's Ramadan.